Okay, let me share this. Okay, I hope everyone can see my screen. Let me know if anyone is not able to see the screen. So basically what happens, problem starts with the data type. Whenever you require a list of integers, or you want to play with the series or sequence of numbers, then you are taking the array of 100 integers, right? Suppose if you want to store the uh, matrix of the numbers, then in that case you are taking the uh, array, two-dimensional array, like 2 by 3 array, right? Similarly, suppose you want to store the information of an employee, or information of a student. Student will have name and roll number, and name, roll number, and subject list. Then what you will able to, which type of data structure you will choose? That is one of the question. So in that case, if whatever the data types we have seen, if I will know that, then in that case I will take a, if I want to save the I will take a of character array of name, which will have suppose 100 students, and I will take a two-dimensional array, so that each will have the uh, 300 characters. So name of 0300 will take list of names I can store in the two-dimensional array of the name, right? Similarly, if I want to store the roll numbers, in this case, in this case, roll number of 100 students, then I will take integer array, if it is integer. So my name of 0, this is also a character array. So name of 0 will contain name of 0 will have like this, right? So, roll number, if I want to store the 0 student, then in that case roll of 0 will be equal to 200, or 1005. This is roll number, like this. So I need to put the name of 0 as a 0 student, name of 1 as a 1 student, and name of 2 as a third student, and so on. So using the indexing, I can store the information of a student. I need to remember that 0th student is a first student. So corresponding roll number I need to go for the 0, right? So means if I have the Sudhir, which will have the 0th index, then corresponding roll number I will get from the 0th index of roll array, like this. If I want to store the more information, like subject, so if I will have the subject character array, I need to put, or say marks, I will put marks. Again I will have the 100 array. So marks of 0 I will put 30, and so on. So I need to remember that 0th index will contains the name of 0 will be the Sudhir. Name of 0, roll of 0 will be corresponding marks, Sudhir's marks, and Sudhir's marks will be the marks of 0. Sudhir's roll number is a roll of 0. So I need to put index here. If I want to save the another student, I want to take the information of another student, say Sunil. In that case, I need to put another index, say, but corresponding roll number will be in 1. Corresponding marks will be the 1 index. So in this way, I need to store the information. Okay, but this is not a reliable thing. Means I need to remember the indices of each of the student. Then I need to search. But in C programming, there is one of the other way you can define your own data type. For example, in our mathematics, there is a simple example we will take. There is a complex numbers. I could not take a data type as a complex number, right? Complex numbers like integer we can take, right? So I could not take a data type as a complex numbers, but we can define a complex number data type here, and then we can take. So how to take this? If I will write this C, then if I compile this, it will give an error that unknown type data type complex. But if we define the data type as a complex, then it is possible. How it is possible? You need to define the struct. It is called a structure. Structure as a complex. And the syntax of this structure, data type name as a complex. So I am defining my own data type. Like we have the data types integer, float. In integer we can store the integer value. In the float we can define a decimal value we can store in the float or double. If it is long int, we can define the large integer. If it is a character, we can store the character. Similarly, we will define our own data type and we can define a structure for that. Means what? But we need to define this structure using the basic data types. For example, for complex numbers, there will be the two two pairs, right? Real part and imaginary. Let us take float as a real part and float as a imaginary part. IMAG. I will take imaginary part only, real and imaginary. So remember, at the end of the structure, you need to give the semicolon. Struct complex means I have defined my own complex number as a data type. Float real, it will have the two numbers. It will have the two members, we can say, right? For the if I will say one complex number, it will have the two members. So one is real, another is imaginary part. So now I can define complex as a data type. So I will say C1. So if I compile this uh, complex, I need to put here struct so that it will not give any error. So what happens? Whenever I will take C1 as a complex, it will have two members. One is real and other is imaginary. It will have automatically two two members. So if I want to store the values of this, I can access them using the dot. For example, now if I want to take the values from the user for this complex number, so what I can do, I will write a printf, or if I want to assign the values for this, I will put c1 dot, it will be the real part, real equal to 25, c1 dot imaginary equal to 23. Now if I will have printf percent f complex number is percent f is real is this and imaginary equal to percent f comma c1 dot real comma c2 dot c1 dot imaginary. So if I compile this and run, it will give complex number is real is 25.000 and imaginary 23.000. This means whenever you will have c1 as a variable, you will always have two members with this attached, or we can see it as a bundle. So whenever I will say c1 comma c2, c2 again will have two members, real and imaginary, and both are different. Remember this thing. I can have, if I will have the c2 dot real, it will be the member of c2 only, not c1. So whenever you define complex c1 and c2, it will allocate the memory for real and imaginary differently. So if you define a structure with the complex, it will have, whenever you define c1, it will again, it will be having the two pairs. One is real, and second is imaginary. Again, if you define the c2, again it will have the two members automatically, and they are different. If you want to access these members, I should have. I don't want to make any confusion. We'll have two different things. So in this way, we can define our own number and we can define our own structure and we can use it for our operations. Now, if we will do C1 plus C2, if I will have C3 equal to C1 plus C2, it will give an error because computer doesn't understand that how to do the addition of these complex numbers, right? Because this is your own data type. Computer understands only the operations on the basic data type. Therefore, if you want to do like this, you could not do like this, C1 plus C2. Whenever you want to do operations on these variables, you need to define your own functions, which will do that. So for that, what you can do, you can define here function we will define. So let us see how to define this, how to achieve this C3 equal to C1 plus C2. For that, what we will do, we can write a function which will have the return type as a complex number, right? So what I will do, struct complex has a return type. Name of a function is uh, name of a function is addition, say, whose addition it will have? Struct complex A, struct complex B. So it will, this function will take, this addition function will take two complex numbers and it will return another complex number. So if you want to do the addition, so addition is simple, which we are doing regularly, like take another complex number, say C equal to C and C dot real equal to A dot real plus B dot real, right? In this way we are doing the addition, right? Again C dot re equal to A dot mesh plus B dot, right? It is because of this. I need to put this at the here so that this will know semicolon should be there. Function declaration should be there. After this, and at the end return C, so that this addition function will take two complex numbers, and I have defined here struct as a complex C, the third complex number. I should have taken the proper. Okay. Yes, no error. Now if I want to do this C3 equal to C1 plus C2, I can write C1, I can write addition of C1 comma C2. Now I will write C3 complex number addition is I will put as a pair %f space %f C3 C3. What should be the expected addition? 20, 50. The first is 50 and 46. Addition, okay. She could not understand what is addition. Maybe there was a spell mistake. Undefined reference to addition, okay. Oh, reference to addition, okay. Why it is giving an error? Okay, we are sending this complex C1 and C2 here. Still it is not taking. What will happen if I something is going wrong? Why it is not taking addition function? What I will do, I should put this after main. I think that is the problem. Yes, I should have added this function after the main, right? Main completes. That was the problem. Now if I will go, the complex number addition is 50 and 46. So you can define your own data type using the structure. You can define the members. For example, if you want to write a structure. Now this is one of the example which is in the our mathematics, uh, that complex number has real part and imaginary part. So if you want to define one more operation called multiplication, then you can use return the function like this, right? And you can define the multiplication. If you have the subtraction, you can define the subtraction function like this. So similarly, we will just see some of the structures, like how we can define the structure. So let us define here. Suppose you want to define the function. One more thing, in one program you can define the as much as structures. It is not necessary that one program contains only one type of structure. It is not necessary. You can define whatever you require. You can define that much structures you can define. So struct, suppose you want to define the function point. If you want to define the point, what will be the members for that? Just think of it. Can anyone tell me what will be the members? If you will have the point as a data type, then if you want to define the entity, or if you want to define the structure for the point, what will be its members? Like for the complex, there is a real and imaginary. So for the point is a mathematical entity, right? So what it require to store the point? Or suppose I will say I want to make I want to check whether the given point is on the circle or not. In that case, what happens? How many variables I have to take for the point? If you want to store the point in the computer, how many variables you want to take?
Two variables.
Two variables. Okay. So one is x, right? You can write as like this also. No need to have the two lines. But if you want to understand this, it increases only readability. Therefore, I am taking on this two lines. But you can give the point, comma, and y directly also. Like our in the program also we are doing like that, right? So similarly, but it is only increasing the readability, how the structure look like. So float x, float y. So 2. If it is a 3D point, then in that case, three variables: float x, float y, float z. If you want to define the structure for for book, say, so you can take character array for the name. To store the name of a book, I don't think any book will have the name better greater than that. Name of a book, teacher, price. integer number of pages, or no, instead of pages, character array as a character publication, like this. You can define as much as member you want depending upon the your requirement, how much data you want to store for this. So whenever I will say book, if I will define here say, struct book e v1 say, then I will have v1 dot, it will have the two members, four members. One is name, one is pages, price and publication. So in the name you can store name of a book. So this is available to you, means you don't have to define them again and again. Once you take one variable of book type, you will have four these variables attached to it, and you can access them using the dot operator. So this is the advantage of this. So this is called as user defined data type. So what we will do, you start writing a program, and no need to write these two data types. I will keep this here, no need to have this, but write a data type as a complex, start with the complex and write the, so I have written the function for the addition. So what you will do, instead of addition you write a function for multiplication. So you can take another function called multiplication and run the program. I will be here, you can think of this is a practical session again, but this is important that you should able to write the structure of a data type. You can think of how to define the structure. So for the complex, there are the two members because it will have the two members entity. So you can define the multiplication function and you can make the corresponding changes here and you can do this. So start writing a program. I will be here. If anyone finished, let me know. We will have. So I think I should start recording. So no need to record now.